Do you want to do the intro? I can do it, but you can do it. It's your episode. You
I
just
will do
finished
the
it.
intro. Ladies and gentlemen, weebs and weebettes, today's episode we are talking about the ultimate Fate fucking line. Unlimited Blade Works.
You gotta say it right.
I'm
unknown to man,
unlimited.
unknown to life. I've created many blades or whatever it is. Unlimited.
Created thousand blades. Unlimited Blade Works.
Also, there will be spoilers. We're spoiling everything. If you haven't watched it, get the fuck out of here. If you haven't read it, I mean, you'd probably be better off if you read it, obviously. But we're just talking about the anime because we're going through the anime. Well, I mean, I've already seen it, but you know what I mean. Damn it.
Yeah. God damn it. So as you know of last week's episode, what?
No, you go. I was just gonna say.
So as of last week's episode, I finished it on that day. So it is now like the next day because we actually want to like record this. Like, cause bro, it's like I was so fucking hype. I'm like, bro, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. So if you haven't seen last week's episode, if you haven't seen last week's podcast episode, go look at that.
Yeah.
I am today's host, along with my other host, Eddie Hates Anime.
What's up?
So just like what we did with Fate.
Fate Zero
and Fate Zero.
Well, we didn't do Fate Stay Night, but he's seen it.
Yeah,
he's seen Saber's route.
Yes.
I
know how it goes.
And then we did Fate Zero. And now we're in Fate U. We just finished. Well, he watched the end without me, but we just finished Fate UBW. Next, we're doing this in a way to where John doesn't have to watch Fate Stay Night 3 times in a row. And I get it, that's supposed to be the way, but it's not a big deal, I don't think. So he did Fate Stay Night, then he did Zero, obviously, and then UBW. Now we're gonna do Apocrypha after this because it doesn't affect anything.
No.
Like, you're not gonna get spoiled on Heaven's Feel, obviously, from Apocrypha. So then after that, I mean, he finally gets to see Astolfo, so that's gonna be lit.
Oh god!
And he gets to see a pretty cool. The Saber Master, the Saber Master combo in this one is pretty good as well. I would say.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So it has some interesting ideas. I'll say that. And then after that, we get into Heaven's Feel, which I know John's about to be hype as fuck over. Visual novels are gonna cry. Visual novel readers are gonna cry over. I get it. I get the complaints, but as an anime, Heaven's Feel is good if you haven't read the visual novels. But it is what it is. So, we're obviously going to talk about UW. I wanted to bring it up first. I don't have it memorized off the top of my head, so I'm going to bring it up. But did you realize that when Shiro does his Unlimited Blade Works, he says something different than Archer's?
Yes, he did. I noticed that. He says something different to Archer's. It was
it's more hopeful. It's more hopeful.
Yeah, his is like, he's pretty much saying, I'm not going to go down the same path as
let me look it up.
Like, as Archer. Yeah, pull it up.
So, I don't know if I'll be
God, I don't even know where to start for, like, this episode, because I'm like, simply due to the fact there was so much time, because I took like a week break of not watching Fate, so it's like we got just up to where like it changed from Stay Night, and then holy fuck.
Okay, Archer's starts with I am the bone of my sword, steals my body and fires my blood. Shiro starts the same, and then I've created over 1,000 blades is the same. Archer says unknown to death nor known to life. Shiro says unaware of loss nor aware of gain. And then Archer says, have withstood pain to create many weapons. And then Shiro said, withstood pain to create weapons, waiting for one's arrival. And then Archer says, yet those hands will never hold anything. Shiro, I have no regrets. This is the only path. Archer, so as I pray Unlimited Blade Works. Shiro, my whole life was Unlimited Blade Works. So it's kind of fire.
Dude, it was so...
There's a few other versions of that, but we won't get into
dude,
that.
I was like, oh shit. Yeah, that's we'll get there when we get there.
So I guess we'll start from the start. First, like 10 episodes or so, there's a little bit of changes from State Night, but you were getting a bit restless.
There's definitely some
You're
changes.
like, God damn it, when are we getting the good shit? Obviously,
because I'm like, obviously I like State Night, but it was one of those things where it's like when you see the same shit over and over, you're like, bro.
The two moments when you realize shit was going down: Castor taking Saber.
Yeah.
Archer betraying them,
Saber.
And then you're like,
and Archer.
I gotta finish this.
The fucking, and then also Gilgamesh coming in early, like.
True, he was introduced in like the first episode,
like OG Stay Night,
talking to Sakura.
Dude, it was pretty much shown within the first 2 episodes, and so I was like, that was interesting. And then the fact Shinji doesn't die, that was another cue of this is a different line, because remember he dies fighting Ryder destroys, Saber destroys Ryder, and then. Who kills Shinji?
What are we talking about in this one? Or no? Or we're talking.
Rin,
whoa! Yeah. Oh, in Fate Stay, the original. In the original.
Yeah.
Because her and Berserker were hiding like in the building in the corner.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what it was.
Shiro kind of gets fucked on.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Ilya,
that's how she
unlike Fate Stay Night, in this one, oh my god, bro.
Oh my god, bro.
Dude,
she got done
because not only do they like actually give Berserker development in this one, so like you can realize why Ilya actually likes Berserker rather than just seeing him as this weapon. Because in the first one, you're just kind of like, huh, okay, Berserker's cool, but yeah, that's about it.
He's cool, but that's all you get. But I feel like in this storyline, you get a lot more detail of people's past. You get
you get a lot. Castor especially. You see the whole like start of the thing for her. The only character that really gets cut to this one is Saber.
You get a lot for Ilya. Yeah, the Sabers is the one who really gets debated, but you get a lot of Saber in OG.
In Stay Night and Zero.
Yeah, and Zero. Yeah, so you get both in both there. So you're like, we don't really need to show Sabers, but we need to show everyone else.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. That's kind of like why I like Fate though, because like, even though they're different routes that kind of start the same but then end different, and it's like that's cool, but that's not the only cool part, that it can end differently. Whilst having different paths to these endings, it adds on to the one before.
Yes.
For every character. So when you eventually rewatch Fate Stay Night or UBW after you finish Heaven's Feel, you'll see shit that's added from Heaven's Feel, or in Fate Stay Night shit that's added from UBW and Heaven's Feel, and you'll be like, what the fuck? Like I showed you that clip yesterday from Fate Stay Night. Fate Stay Night's anime where Archer was about to die, and he's like, "You're still merciless as ever, Ilya." And Ilya's like, "Huh?"
I had no,
and you wouldn't realize that when watching Fate Stay Night, obviously.
So after we finished it, we went back and he was like, "Yeah, it's somewhere around like this point." I pulled it up and I was like, "You're still?" I was like, "What the fuck?" And then he says nothing. I was like, "What the fuck?" It was just like it's crazy to think that. And then like
you really realize why Archer is like that towards Shiro.
Yeah, because I understand why he's such a dick to Shiro now, because he's trying to move him away from the path that he took.
Exactly, it changes everything. Because now, like when I was watching it with you, I was like, I know why Archer's goated. In the first one, I know you said Archer was your favorite for the original Fate Stay Night. What about now? Like, because he's got to be so much better now. Like, he's a goat. He's easily one of the best written characters. Like, I guess him / Shiro. But I still consider them different because they have two different what's it called? I guess.
I'm trying to think favorite. So obviously we got a lot more.
Should we get into that now? Our ranking the servants or just... Yeah, we get a lot more Rin, obviously.
We'll get there. Yeah,
okay. Do you want to compare the romances?
The romances between Shiro and Rin was peak, honestly. I thought it was really good.
Is it better than him and Saber? I don't mind your answer. I'm just questioning, like what you personally think.
I like the Rin and Shiro route a lot more than I like the Saber one, because obviously we know in the end Saber's gonna leave.
Yeah.
Rin,
I think their dynamic is really good. Like, it's a very natural dynamic. I think him and Saber's is really good as well too. I know a lot of people complain like, oh, it's just one stronger than the other, and they don't really on an equal level like Rin and Shiro are, but I don't know, it works because they teach each other things. Saber obviously starts off the route very different than she ends the route. Shiro learns that because he's very reckless, and he kind of learns by the end just all this different shit. I can't explain it very well right now because it's been a minute, but they both help each other. So does him and Rin, obviously. But there's a lot less drastic, and it's more just in a natural romantic level, I guess. It's weird to explain.
Yeah, because it's a slow progression of romance between the two, because obviously they start out as friends, which leads them down into the like with Lancer being like, oh yeah, no, it was like, are you what's going on here? You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, you two are kind of cute together. And she's like, fucking what? Because Shiro gets jealous of Lancer talking to her, and he's like, give me don't try to get all chummy with him. And then does the same shit at the end with that one blonde chick that she fights. And so it obviously shows there was something there, and so he was just willing to take the forefront of actually kind of progressing the relationship, as she tsundere it 1,000%. She was definitely being a tsundere the entire time.
For sure.
She didn't want to accept the fact she liked him, but she liked him.
Yeah, I mean, Rin is like the standard tsundere.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. So when they did the sex scene, end quote, the transfer of the magic seal.
Yeah.
You got to see her standing there looking at Shiro.
You're not missing out on much. The
like,
sex scenes in the Fate route, or in both the Fate route and the UBW, Heaven's Field, there's the sex stuff that's more important.
It's mid.
But in the first two routes, the sex scenes are mid as fuck. I won't lie. Nasu does not know how to write sex, bro. It's hot because the characters, but man writes sex really weird. Which is same in Tsukihime, but it is what it is. You know how my
Tsukihime. Not bad, not
Which,
not bad.
My fellow Tsukihime fans, if you're watching, please fucking beg this man to watch, not to watch. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Tsukihime anime doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. To read the visual novel.
I'm working on it.
I know. I think once you finish it, you like it. I don't think you'll like it more than Fate, but I think you'll still like it a lot. I'm just one of those weird guys that likes it more than Fate. I'm different. I'm quirky.
So back to the romance tech comments. So it's like, honestly, I like Rin and Shiro's a lot more than Saber, and like it's a pretty close, but it's like I would put it just like one tier above it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like theirs is a 10 out of 10. Saber and Shiro's is like
for when you watch Heaven's Feel then, because like going into it, we're not going to talk about this too much. It's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like going into it, just thinking about their personalities, how do you think that'll go? Because like Sakura's very quiet, shy.
Yeah, she's very quiet. We already know she likes him though. So
obviously,
it's going to be one of those things when he realizes it. It's going to be kind of that blooming effect. You know what I mean? She's liked him for a long time. He's been blind to it, and now it's like, oh shit, the girl that I spent the last how many years with likes me, and like I know her in and out. She knows.
Yeah, and they're arguably closer.
It's like it's exactly what you
want
than
Rin and Saber were, because like
it's gonna be a lot more.
She's been to his house a bunch and all this shit.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot more fluid. It's not gonna feel. It still wasn't choppy, but it's gonna feel a lot more just like if like let's say you're dating like your best friend like 8-9 years. You know what I mean? That's gonna be.
You can't say that when you're in a call with your best friend, man. You can't do that.
I mean, I know people who have. There's people who've married their best friend. I know people who've done that. So it's one of those things where it's like it's gonna feel a lot more fluid. It's gonna feel a lot more natural than just kind of like hiding it or just jumping to it like with Saber.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but just to reiterate, because I don't want people to misunderstand. He's not necessarily saying that the other two were unnatural or unfluid. It's just that it took long.
They were fluid
because there was other issues and stuff, which I'm not gonna say anything about Heaven's Feel because obviously like stuff happens, but I don't know. We'll just save it for then. We'll just save it for then. And that episode should be IRL if everything goes right. It should be.
If the plans fall through correctly, not only will it be boxing for an episode, we'll also have to do that episode. Two back-to-back probably banger episodes. I'm excited. 2
bangers, yeah. I guess that could be like the boxing one could be a special. We can do we can do one for here. I kind of want to put it on my second channel, but we can just do a separate round for the second channel. Or something like that.
Well, are we okay? The real question. Oh, okay. Well, no, we'll talk about this after the podcast.
Okay, we can talk about it later. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. So, going forward, the story was immaculate. Animation, clean as fuck. It's crazy to think there was only one crusty moment and we called it out. But
okay. Whenever me and John watch anime, right, we look at their faces. And we always point out if it's crusty or not. And not like crusty like, oh, they're so far in the back of the shot. Of course they're going to be crusty. But just like a natural shot, like a real shot. They're in the focus and it looks crusty for some reason. Obviously, so Original Fate Stay Night had some.
More than some, my boy. We were pausing about every 10 minutes, bro. Like, crusty.
Yeah, but like, obviously Zero
like 3
didn't
crusty
have any.
moments in.
This has like 1. This one had like 1. But it was kind of a reach, though. It was kind of a reach. Because Ufotable, like, they know what they're doing, obviously.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, obviously.
At the end of the day, they definitely give their animators time, you can tell. That's like the L of most projects. Like, if you really think about it, you hear these stories where people, like, and it's weird to think about, these big-ass productions, large-scale population watching these anime every week, talking about them, and there'll be animators being like, yeah, I finished this shit, like, 2 days before, like, this shot. We got this done the day before, day of. It's like, what the fuck? It's because they rush them. They rush these motherfuckers. Yeah. That's the thing, yeah. So it's kind of crazy, but it's like, if you want the good animation, not the shit animation, it's gotta take time.
Look at Dragon Ball Super, bro. When they release the both
That's
of
just
the arcs in the beginning.
part of it is definitely just
they
Toei's
were
weekly
rushed
schedule
the entire time. Yeah, Toei's weekly schedule, they were rushed the entire time. So it's gonna be one of those things where you're gonna expect shitty animation if you're being rushed. It's like the equivalent of like saying, for football terms, it would be like, I want you to do this as fast as humanly possible. It's gonna look like shit. You know what I mean?
Not the best analogy,
it's like,
but I understand.
No, I don't really know how to use it in the football analogy because like everything we do is very like specific.
It doesn't matter. I think I get the point.
It's like, yeah, like trying to learn how to tackle.
We can just say this. Let's see. Let's I don't know. Whatever. They get what we mean. Just if you rush things, it's not gonna be as good.
Rushing is it's
true. It'll look like shit. It'll because you're not focusing on how good the lines are. You're just kind of going through it. It's gonna look very weird, especially when because like there's nothing like looking at a freshly cut lawn and seeing all the good ass lines. Those lines be mwah mwah. I took pride in my lines when I worked at the college.
What you do is you line your tires up with where that back where it is and just follow it.
Yes, spitting.
And that's simply what you do.
Spitting. There's some areas that like were fucked because it's like there was elevation.
There was times where it's like I had to at the elevation.
You gotta always like look at it and be like, all right, how can I fix the lines? And like, it's a science. It's a science. People don't be recognizing, but it's a science.
There is a science behind cutting lawns.
Yeah,
but okay. Back to things. So
we're talking about mowing lawns. God damn
it. So favorite characters.
Oh, also, not this time instead of like the Fate route, you know Kiritsugu now.
Yeah, so Kiritsugu like definitely made it interesting.
And you can see like you could see definitely how like it's kind of fucked when you think about it, right? Archer went down the worst possible path that Kiritsugu would have wanted Shiro to go down. I'm convinced that if Kiritsugu met Archer, he would be so fucking depressed. Realizing Archer he went down a worse path than Kiritsugu did. If you think about it, he's had to kill for eternity, killing people. It's so fucked, and
it is.
It just kind of is an L. Thinking like, it just if Kiritsugu ever met him, it'd just be depressing, I guess.
Yeah, but like the fact that we were able to get back to back, like, okay, no, we're gonna go back. So favorite character has to be between Archer and Lancer right now, because Lancer.
Are we talking about servants or characters in general?
Just characters in general. Like Shiro is but
Shiro is the best written character in the whole thing.
I don't know. Like he's the best written character, but not my favorite. Obviously.
Fair enough.
Or like,
but he is Archer.
Like honestly, yeah, he is Archer. So in the end, it's like technically it's the same. But like, I love the way they're able to do Archer in this one, where he's like, yeah, I'm a Rocha, bro. I'm here to kill you. And then Lancer, he was just a goat the entire time. Obviously, you got the intro where he's kind of the same, but then the second they needed help, Lancer's like, "What it do? What you guys need help with?"
Okay, context, because I know a lot of people didn't watch the original Fate Stay Night or read the visual novel, and they wouldn't give a fuck about spoilers because it's the second route already. They wouldn't give a fuck about the spoilers from the first one. So if you haven't watched it, Lancer in the first route, he does kind of help, but it's really in the very end. They're in Kotamine's basement, and Gilgamesh is there versus him and Saber. Lancer comes out of nowhere and it's like, guys, go. And that's how he dies. In this one, he's a goat, but it's like lot longer. Gives you a chance to get his personality and just how fucking funny he is. It's nice. Yeah, because like Fate has good like, even though it's serious as shit, there's still some good humor. There's lots of slice of life portions that the anime cuts out, but like when we do get it in the anime, it's nice. It's very nice.
Yeah, 1,000% agreed. So, God. It's such a tie. I think I have to go with. I think my favorite character is still Archer, no matter what.
I mean, it's understandable seeing like if he was already your top one of servants. I don't know about characters for the original, but if he was already up there that high, and then you get that thrown onto you, all that development and shit. It's like,
it just adds to it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think so. Like a few of the servants will change. Like Assassin will move to 3. Saber moves to 4, Lancer up to 2, Archer number 1.
Assassin to 4?
Yeah, Assassin.
Gets. Oh, I thought he was okay. I thought he was moving up. 4 is still high as fuck for the Assassin. No. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I had before.
Actually.
And then I'll tell you what I changed it to, or I might change it because I'll change it in real time. Fate Stay Night UBW, Archer Emiya, top 1.
Okay.
Lancer is 2nd. Saber is 3rd.
Nice.
Caster is 4th. Berserker is 5th. Rider is 6th. And Assassin is last. Is that still true? I'm thinking
5.
of changing Rider and Assassin because Rider really gets fucked immediately in this one.
Yeah. Caster
and
is definitely the
something
5. So Caster 5. Rider is 7.
I think I agree. I think Rider will be 7th.
Yeah, Berserker will have to be 6.
Really?
And
even
then,
with his little cool moments in development and whatnot?
Well, because I already have Archer, Lancer. Okay, move Saber to 4th. Move fuck, why can't I think of her name now? Oh god.
Caster?
Caster, thank you. Caster up to 3.
Okay.
Berserker to 5. And Assassin to 6. I think that's what my list is now.
There's 7. But Rider was last,
I already told
right?
you my 7.
Okay.
Yeah, Rider is 7.
I think we have a similar list because I'm also looking at it and I'm like, I don't know. I still think I got Saber over Caster, but Caster got a lot of good development in this one.
Caster got a lot of development in this one, and that's what I really liked.
Yeah.
Because like Saber, like besides everything that happens with Saber, she's still pretty much the same through and through. She just is willing to now kind of like.
It just sucks that she gets sidelined. Yeah.
Yeah, she does get sidelined heavy in this one. But that's kind of what I expected. Though,
but the moments with her are still great. Like they're still great.
Yeah, moments with her are still
like,
amazing.
Part of the issue, it's not really an issue, obviously, but part of the issue with like her not being in it is just because like she's not in it a lot. Because Caster takes her, and not including the first like 10 episodes or so, because you already technically seen that.
Yeah. So for the back 25, for the back
the back half, Saber's not in a lot. Like until
she's rarely there
until she comes back, and then it's like
she's
gone
there,
after
but
a few
not
episodes.
really the main
she dies.
focus. Yeah, she's not. She's there, but not there.
Yeah,
I mean, she gets her sideline heavy in UBW.
Yeah. I guess if we want to bring up moments, what do you have?
Favorite moments.
Shiro versus Archer, or Shiro versus Gilgamesh, which is technically still Shiro versus Archer.
Damn, that's a hard one. Because it was a good fight between both of them. I think I liked Shiro's versus Gilgamesh just a little bit more than I like the Archer fight.
The fight itself?
The Archer
fight,
fight,
I think obviously the Archer fight has a lot more meaning and all this stuff. As a fight, I think the one versus Gilgamesh is pretty good. And like, I don't know, maybe it's weird. I think I was on the edge of my seat more maybe during the Gilgamesh one. I don't remember. I can't.
No, 1,000%. I was sitting on the edge of my seat in fucking.
It's like
because in the Archer one, I was sitting back methodically thinking.
The difference is though,
spitting right now.
The one with Archer. Archer's not only trying to kill him; he's trying to destroy his soul, his whole ideals.
Yeah.
So it's
because he's like he's saying I am your ideals. He's like I am your ideals.
Yeah, it's like this is where your ideals will lead you.
So
maybe that one definitely has more weight to it. I could see why someone would like Gilgamesh's more. I'm not gonna answer because I honestly don't remember.
That's why I said favorite fight would have to go to Gilgamesh. Favorite scene though has to be that one for the philosophy behind it.
You know what pisses me off?
He's there to break Shiro.
People will say like they say the same thing about original Fate Stay Night. Like, oh, Gilgamesh was such a Chad in Fate Zero. Why is he losing to Shiro in this one? Well, it's part of his development. 10 years have passed. We already know he's a cocky bastard, but he's obviously going to be a little bit different after those 10 years in this wasteland, according to him. And he loses because he's cocky. If he would have put out EA from the start, he would have been good. But by the time he pulled it out, his arm's gone. It's fucked. Yeah. So, it's very obvious as to why.
The fact that you said, yeet, and cut off his arm, I was like, oh.
And then Fate Stay Night. Fate Stay Night, it's already established in Zero, if that's what you watch first, obviously. Real Chads wouldn't start with Fate Zero. But it's established that he likes Saber. And that's why it works well with the whole Saber being the main girl in the original Fate Stay Night. That's why he's so villainous in this one, because he just wants Saber. So it's I don't get the whole point of why is he not the exact same that he was in Zero? Because it's different. It's a lot different. Things have changed.
You can't have the same character be the same personality as OG. It's not the same. You know what I mean? They need some level of development and growth.
It's not even that. It's because you can kind of stay the same. For example, Kotomine, I would say he stood kind of the exact same. It's just that ever since the end of Zero, he just got better at it, being evil.
Yeah.
But with Gilgamesh, it's like there's the external factors of Saber, or like being interested in watching the two fakes battle it out with Archer and Shiro, and wanting to show them who the real thing is, which was a big point too. And that whole thing about like what can beat a man that has all these noble phantasms but hasn't mastered one? A guy that has all these fucking, you know, like just all these swords and shit.
His singular noble phantasm is that orb. Is the reality orb.
Yeah.
That is his singular noble phantasm.
So it's like I love how they set that up though, that like Shiro and Archer, their moveset is the only one that really works well against Gilgamesh, because it's just like he can't. I don't know. It's weird explaining. They explain in the show. Fuck.
Yeah. Just go fucking watch it, man. That's all I'm saying. If you're here watching,
you'd be really weird if you're in here and you haven't watched it.
Yeah, like I say go watch it and then just come back. You know what I mean?
What'd you think about the epilogue?
The epilogue was cute. I love the fact they went to the college together. The magic school.
The moment with Saber, when he went to the grave.
Yeah, the Saber moment. He's like, she was like, I'll leave you be so you two can finally say your goodbyes. I'm like, damn, that's wholesome. But
yeah, like, I mean, we also watched Sunny Day. I made sure to show him the good ending.
Yeah.
You like the good ending more or the true ending?
I like the true ending a lot more. But
you don't want Saber to be alive?
I want Saber to be alive. It's just I like the dynamic of like how they changed in 2 years.
I mean, that's why it's the true ending.
If she stayed, yeah.
Let's see. What else should we talk about? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of moments we could talk about.
There's a lot of stuff in there, but it's just like, especially the later half. The later half is just a lot of shit shotgunned at you, which is really nice.
I mean, Kizuki gets more in this. Shinji gets more in this. Sadly. How'd you feel when Gilgamesh betrayed him and fucking put the thing in his heart? And
no, the fact he said, he's like, yeah, there's one right here. He's like, what are you talking about? You just punch him in the stomach with a heart. I was like, oh fuck.
He somehow didn't die.
Yeah, the fact he didn't die confused me, because like you saw him expand.
Yeah.
Literally.
That was so
became
fucked,
this grotesque monster. Can we talk about the fact Archer comes back for clutch saves in the end, though?
Yeah. I don't know the fuck he did it. How is he alive? I don't fucking know, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
You have Gilgamesh chilling, about to be absorbed by the fucking the Holy Grail, and he's now linked fucking Shiro's arm, and he's like, nah. He's like, the only way that's happened is if I you cut off your arm. He's like, I'll fucking cut off my arm, and then just gets fucking domed. It's like perfect headshot.
He's like, but move to the right first.
Move to the right first. Bink.
And you recognize the voice and everything when he says it. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know how he was back, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Because you see him when he saves Rin with the bow shot to give her a spot to walk, and then Saber destroys it, and then you see him save Shiro's life.
Yeah, the first time when that thing with Rin, you're like, huh? And then you're like, wait a fucking minute.
So my original theory is he had been firing off shots early, but able to like kind of orbit them, because obviously he's a master archer. So if you fire a bow and he's strong enough, he can catch it into an orbit and time it. So when it comes back, he just fucking
like a day in advance?
Yeah, like you could fire a shot a day in advance. Think about it.
That could be kind of cool.
What I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking he was firing shots in like advance to know this is gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so in reality, he was back there, but my brain at that moment was thinking, it's like, he's firing shots off early to prep for this moment. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But nah, he was just there. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I guess he just jebaited the audience when he... I don't know, because it's weird, because
really
you see him, like, die like how servants die. So I guess the theory is just that... Okay, so the theory that I liked at first, but wouldn't work, is that it was such a crucial moment for humanity that the counterforce summoned him back.
I think so.
I like that theory. The only problem is I don't think that works, because then where was he during Fate Zero?
Well, at that time, he wasn't trying to destroy humanity. He was
but humanity was under a bigger crisis in Fate Zero with the Grail, pouring that shit out, and then the whole caster thing. Maybe, I guess you could make the argument that, like, they had a bunch of servants covered already, maybe that's the argument.
There was enough people capable to take down casters.
Canonically, there's not really an answer to why Archer's was alive. We just kind of accept it. We just kind of accept it.
You can theorize.
But I do like the counterforce theory. I'm pretty sure I looked into it and there was like some holes in that theory, but I don't care. I like it. So that's my theory.
Yeah, I like the theory, so that's what we're sticking with here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I remember how I told you CL gave him his jacket.
Yeah.
So now that you think about it, there's a world that CL and Shiro like have met. That must be cool. I don't know, because I just like them.
That would be a pretty cool route.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's just I wish Tsukihime and Fate crossed over more, or like had a solid crossover. I get that like it doesn't work anymore after they were technically now in different multiverses, but when they first made it, for a while it wasn't really a multiverse. Like it wasn't as statically a multiverse. It was more like this is one universe. But then it was made clear later on that it was a multiverse thing because of rules and whatnot.
Yeah, that's true.
But it would be nice to see these characters interact outside of gags.
Yeah. Okay. Drippiest character. Which character had the most drip?
Lancer.
Really?
Who do you think?
You're telling me Archer isn't drippy as fuck?
Archer is drippy, but Lancer is like the hottest guy ever.
I'm not talking about like hotness. I'm talking about like all around fit.
Bro, his hotness matches with his fit. His fit's blue. His hair is blue.
I agree, but look at Archer though, and like the Chad.
Archer's
Chad
fit
face.
is good, but it's not as good as. You just said you mentioned his face. You just said you can't mention looks. What do you mean?
Oh fuck, you're right. No, okay, so the looks match the fit. How about that?
That's what I just said. God damn it.
Because he's got the look of just some sheer badass. I don't give a fuck. You know, obviously red is my favorite color, so I'm bias. Yeah. Bias. I know. Boo! I hear the people booing. I know. I'm sorry, but red is my favorite color, so automatically I'm going to be drawn more towards the color red. So that's in Fate Zero. That's why Ryder was my favorite, because one fucking buff swole.
Ryder is a goat.
Real drippy as fuck. Bro. Yeah.
Everyone was drippy as fuck, bro. Ryder was drippy as fuck. Lancer was hot.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh obviously drippy as fuck. Let's see, who else is there? Caster was just Caster. Saber was drippy in the suit.
Yeah, Saber in the suit, drip. Okay, when are we getting tuxedos and rocking around town? Black tie, or did she have a red tie? I can't remember. But like black shirt, black top, black pants, red tie, just dripped out walking around town. When is it happening?
I'm down.
Bet. That'd be cool as fuck, actually.
There's so many moments that I'm just trying to think of them, and there's just so fucking many.
Like,
we're only 30 minutes in.
That's fine.
I thought this was going to be way longer than the Fate Zero one, because the Fate Zero one was an hour. I thought this was going to be way longer.
We have something a lot more tangents in it, and this one, we understand what like the story was, because remember, we had all of Fate Zero to consume. The first half of Unlimited Blade Works is OG Fate. It doesn't change until episode 13. So we only have 15 episodes.
Okay, it does have changes. I don't want to make it sound like it's the exact same, but yeah.
It's not exactly the same, but there's not as much to like
digest
think about and digest.
Yeah.
Because of the fact it's somewhat the same.
No, I guess you're right. Yeah. Fuck, is there really nothing else to talk about? I'm gonna pull up the episodes and look at them. See which
yeah.
Wikipedia, Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works.
Okay, favorite Noble Phantasm.
I mean, fuck, I don't know. I like Archers a lot. I think Casters is really cool, the eliminating magical one. Or like Rule Breaker.
The Rule Breaker, that one was pretty sick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Obviously, Gilgamesh is pretty cool. I like Archers. Sabers is sick.
Oh, can we talk about how Ayako Mitsuzuri gets fucked over? She has no screen time, even though she's hot as fuck, and she should get her out. The girl in the archery club that like.
Oh, her? Yeah, no, for fact, she needs her own route, bro. On God, she needs her own route. I'm like, there's no way there's not some level of connection there. But that's also if he stayed in the archery club. But she does like really push for him to come back.
I feel like that couldn't have been a route yet. I mean, we were supposed to get an Ilya route. But since that never happened, what was supposed to happen, right? We were supposed to get an Ilya route, but they made it because if there was more than 3 discs, it would have cost like too much, like because it would have been like technically buying 2 games, and they didn't want it to be more than the $70 or whatever. So they just kind of merged her out a bit with Sakura's. So like she still gets a lot of more development in the next one, but there could have been a route with her.
Is there a light novel for it? Is there a light novel Iliamart like one or no?
There is a manga, a magical girl manga that is technically her route if you think about it. According to Nasu, he said we already have a route. It's Prismilia.
No, I don't count it.
You gonna watch it?
Does not count. Does not. No.
I've seen it.
No.
Okay. Obviously, we all know about like the lolly kissing stuff, which is fucking crazy. But
we have Aravagi for that one.
No, but it is actually like insane, like full on make out scenes, like because mana, they take that to the heart. They're like, you need mana. But outside of all that shit, because like that is pretty weird. But outside of all that shit, there's some actually banger moments and ideas in it.
Okay.
There's also a movie. I won't explain too much because it is spoilers. But in the movie Shiro, I would say Shiro in that movie is stronger than Shiro in any of the routes. Is what I'll say.
Damn.
That's how fucking cool that movie is. So if anything, you could watch that movie because it is a prequel.
Okay.
But if we get into that, I mean, it is what it is. You don't have to watch it though, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm just a Fate guy that was like, I'm gonna watch all of Fate.
Favorite episode?
What the fuck am I looking at?
Favorite episode has to be 25, be 24, obviously because it's the final fight between Gilgamesh and Shiro. So for me, that's hands down favorite episode. What are you looking at, homie? I know you're trying.
I'm looking through the episodes, bro. There's not much. Like we kind of went through most of the stuff, I guess.
Yeah, we really.
I'm just disappointed. We went through it so fast.
Again, the whole there's still.
I guess the next route, even though there's more stuff that's answered next route, obviously, because that's how it goes. You know from the start that he's Archer, or that in the future he's Archer. We know from the start, I guess. I don't know. We just know a lot more. So it's gonna be fun
enter the third round
seeing that get flipped on its head. Because Heaven's Feel is what I like to call Far Side. Now that's a Tsukihime reference because Tsukihime, first two routes are near side, and they're kind of the same. Like Fate and Fate UBW are the same. Now the three routes after that go a completely different direction. Okay. It's worse Tsukihime than it is on Fate, but this next one will flip it on its head. But first we got to get through Apocrypha, which should be a fun, light, like, because it still obviously has its serious moments, but it's a lot more laid back, I would say. Like, it's not as high stakes. We're not going to be like, holy fuck the whole time. It's a breather. Yeah.
The question is when are we going to watch the one with Neko Arc in it?
That's not a Fate, though. That's Carnival Phantasm. Before Carnival Phantasm, you gotta read Tsukihime, play the original Melty Blood. It has references to the Fate sequel visual novel, which obviously you gotta read the visual novel first, but I think you can go in with just watching the anime and be fine. You just won't get all the references. So if you can finish Tsukihime and play Melty Blood, you should be fine. For most of the references. There's gonna be some that you won't get, but it's fine.
Alright, I know what I'm doing now.
Carnival Phantasm is that show where it's like you watch for the first time, you get some references. You watch for the second time, you get because you've watched more Fate since then. You get more references, and you just get like each time you come back, and then like in the last scene, I don't remember if it was season 1 or season 2, like a Karo no Kyokai character is sitting on the table, and it's like after watching Karo no Kyokai, you're like, oh shit, I know that character. So it's just kind of one of those things. And then they have like the Fate Grand Order version, which is fucked as well.
When are we watching Grand Order?
I would implore you to play Grand Order. Reason being, so it's a gacha game, obviously, you know that. But the story reads like a visual novel with battles in between, with like fights in between. But like the story reads like a visual novel. So in the story, it's got its pretty good moments. The only reason what the anime is fucked is because they animated the prologue, which I guess we could watch. Yeah. They animated the prologue. Then they only animate Singularity 6, 7, and then another one I don't really remember. That's a lot of arcs skipped though. Yeah. So it's like it's kind of like you technically could watch it because there's a lot of people that have only seen the anime that haven't seen any Fate besides Grand Order and are fine. Yeah. But I would just ask you to at least try the game, and if you absolutely cannot do it, then we can watch the anime. But I would say at least try it. Because then that could be cool too. We could do a podcast in each singularity, because those arcs are kind of long. Or we could just, we could figure it out.
Yeah.
But we'll get there when we get there. Like, there's a lot of fate to go through before Grand Order. We got Apocrypha, Heaven's Field.
As the great man himself said, whatever.
We got Extra.
Like he says.
We got Fate Extra.
We got Extra. Yeah, we have Fate Extra.
Don't
worry about it. You know why?
Sure,
don't worry about it.
But I think once we get finished with Apocrypha and Heaven's Field, I guess we could watch Extra. Because it's only like 13 episodes. The game's obviously better, but it is what it is. It's an alternate universe from the game anyways. We can watch that. And then I would say let's go to the different side of the Nasuverse for a bit. Tsukihime, Kara no Kyokai. I mean, fucking Mahayo's visual novel's coming out in December. We could both buy that.
Nice.
I mean, I'm already into it, but like, it's coming out officially now in December for the Switch and the PS4. So you could definitely buy it and read it. And it's a newer visual novel than Tsukihime, obviously. I mean, not including the remake, because we'll get to the remake way in the future. Because I would like him to read the original first. But I would say this will be the first visual novel since you've only read Tsukihime, and that's the only one besides Doki Doki.
Yeah.
Which everyone's fucking played.
Doki Doki really isn't a visual novel though. It's a
it's a deconstruction of the visual novel. Genre.
That's true.
But it's still a visual novel.
Yeah, true.
But the thing with Mahayo is
does that mean the Colonel Sanders dating game is technically
It is a visual novel.
Let's go.
It'll be the first visual novel you play with voice acting and some animation because there's like moving and shit of stuff. So that'll be fun for you, I think. Like I think you'll really enjoy that.
Yeah.
It's very nice. And it follows Akko, which you already know. So her when she was younger. So it's nice. It's a nice route. And Akko is best girl. But I guess besides that, before we end it, I want to show you something. This has nothing to do with the podcast, by the way. This is for my own video that I'm putting out tomorrow. I just wanted to show you so I can get your reaction. 1 second. I just got to put on the drip.
Oh no! If the fact that to wear it, no fucking
dripped
way.
Out. Dripped the fuck out.
What shoes does she have? Skechers on?
Jordans.
Oh my gosh, she's wearing Jordans, brother.
Got a real gold chain. It's real. It's mine. It's real. Hell yeah. It was from when I was like a baby. I had to get baby stuff.
Yeah.
These are all like baby things that my mom kept for mementos. And then I got
That's fucking hilarious. That is amazing. I thought you already had a Ray plush, or was I wrong?
No, I haven't had one.
I've always thought you had a Ray plush.
Nope.
No, I know what no, it's the fucking little bear thing of Ray that you have. Like the keychain.
Oh, the really shitty one? Okay, so let me find it if I fucking have it. I don't think I do. Is it somewhere?
Yeah, I do. I know it's on your shelf somewhere.
Oh,
Check up by your other
that I don't put out. The Ray figure that I don't put out because
that one.
No, this is what I was talking about. But this is the one that I was like, I never get to show this one because motherfuckers in my house would see it and be like, but you know, I got that.
Oh, I'm a rich bro. I would not care. I would gladly show that off.
I mean, at this point, I guess I could because I do have other shits as well. But fuck, where is it?
I know you have. It might be in your room.
Oh, it's right here. It's right here. It's like a Hello Kitty Ray. I found it at Goodwill. For 99 cents. And this is when I was younger and I was broke, so I was like 99 cents. Oh fuck, and I got it. And yeah.
Bro, the Goodwill Adventures. We definitely gotta talk about the Goodwill Adventures at some point.
Bro, I want to do a video like where I go to Goodwill's. The problem is the Goodwills near where we live just suck ass.
That's true.
But we'll probably end it soon, unless you want to say something.
Thank you for watching today's episode. I know we had a lot of tangents, random shit here and there. It's us. We tangent. We have a tendency to go off the path to somewhere else. It's just how we work.
I know we're probably gonna be like, fuck, there was some shit that we didn't mention. We can always mention it in a future Fate episode because if you're gonna watch this one, you'll probably watch the future ones. So it is what it is, you know.
It is what it is.
Yeah, let's.
You know why? Don't worry about it. True. Today's quote is "Don't worry about it."
Subscribe if you haven't.
Yep.
And peace.
Peace.
I should probably end the video. Bye.